Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your weekend. We also have your Boredom Busters coming up, but first, our top story. There has been a big shakeup in leadership at the South Dakota legislature ahead of next year's 100th legislative session. Chris Carr of Sioux Falls has reportedly been chosen by Senate Republicans in a private vote as the chamber's next president pro tem for the 2025-2026 term. Carr will succeed Lee Schoenbeck of Watertown, who did not seek re-election to the Senate. Another shakeup is who will be the Senate Majority Leader. Jim Melhoff of Pierre will reportedly serve in that role, supplanting Casey Crabtree of Madison. Notably, Crabtree was a key proponent of Senate Bill 201, which paved the way for Referred Law 21 affecting pipelines that voters rejected on Tuesday night. You can read more about the changes in the Senate and the House in this story from Bob Mercer on our website right now. It took longer than expected to count nearly 100,000 ballots in Minnehaha County, but it didn't take long to make the results official. Minnehaha County commissioners met Friday with County Auditor Leah Anderson to canvass the vote. Commissioners checked out the numbers and then voted unanimously to certify. That means Minnehaha County's results are now off to Pierre, where the Secretary of State's office will canvass votes from across the state. A Sioux Falls man is facing charges after allegedly holding police at bay during a standoff. 33-year-old Dante Newton faces one count of domestic aggravated assault. Police say he punched a woman, causing her to lose consciousness early Friday morning. Police say Newton then left, taking 2 children with him. Officers located him later at another apartment.
He had been calling different people and made some threats about harming the kids. And so we had officers that were there trying to get him out. Eventually, we ended up activating our SWAT team.
Newton was arrested shortly after 7 o'clock Friday morning. Police say the children were found safe and unharmed. THC drinks have become a popular alternative to alcohol in Sioux Falls. If you've been to a local restaurant or even a grocery store, you may have seen them available. Mexican restaurant BB Sol on Phillips Avenue sells a variety of THC drinks.
There is, this big connotation behind it that you're going to feel, loopy or not be able to do anything, but it really is not like that. Of course, everything in moderation, but yeah, people are really loving it.
You must be 21 or older to purchase the drinks. They're legal in South Dakota and in other states where recreational marijuana is not allowed because the strain of THC in the drink comes from hemp instead of marijuana. Let's take our first look at the forecast now. Meteorologist Adam Rutt in the Storm Center. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning, Perry, and good morning, everybody. It's a soggy start to the day in many locations, but not necessarily everywhere. A prime example of the latter is in Sioux Falls. We've had a couple of little scattered showers, yes, but nothing as widespread as what they've seen up toward Highway 212, which we'll get to in a minute. 48 with cloud cover over Sioux Falls and by extension Falls Park, an east wind at 13 miles per hour. Compare that to the rain that we've been seeing in Pierre, 43 with a northeast wind at 6 miles per hour. We are not going to be warming up a whole lot today, already in the 40s and mid to upper 40s at that in many locations, and we'll stay there, maybe adding a degree or two in a couple of locations, but that's going to be just about it. 30s, though, Buffalo to Spearfish and to Custer as well. Compared to yesterday, though, it is milder and by a decent margin in many locations. Speaking of mild, it's going to be at least warm by November standards more often than not, though there will be one exception to the rule outside of today. We'll talk about that in your extended forecast.
All right, thank you very much, Adam. The second largest ice fishing show in the country is underway in Sioux Falls. Around 150 vendors offering everything from fishing tackle to electronics to guide services have set up shop at the Sioux Falls Convention Center for the Dakota Angler Ice Institute. It's an event for anglers who are eager to get out on the ice this winter.
The Institute scratches that itch a little bit. Everyone's a little bit antsy, especially coming off a year like we had last year where with the warm weather just didn't have favorable ice conditions. So hopefully this year we have it, and like I said, people are coming out and hopefully they're going to scratch that itch.
The Dakota Angler Ice Institute goes from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the Convention Center and Arena. Sunday's hours are 10 to 3. Admission is $7. Veterans will receive $2 off admission on Sunday. The Sioux Empire Arts and Crafts Show features nearly 280 exhibitors from throughout the Midwest selling handcrafted items in the Expo Center of the W.H. Lyon Fairgrounds. There will also be holiday music and food trucks. The hours are 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Admission is $8 and free for ages 12 and under. Holiday Pet Portraits is a fundraiser for the Sioux Falls Area Humane Society, hosted by Schulte Subaru. The cost is $50 for a 15-minute photo shoot with your pets. You can book sessions from 8 a.m. to noon and 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Christmas at the Homestead is a holiday tour of the decorated Adams Homestead and Nature Preserve located near McCook Lake, west of North Sioux City, Iowa, or South Dakota, rather. It's taking place from 12 to 4 and includes homemade goodies and a visit by Santa Claus. Admission is free. Adam?
Oh, there's the rain that's going to continue to move on through as we go through the morning and afternoon. Not everybody is going to see something. And not the entire day is also not going to be a complete washout. In fact, by and large, again, Sioux Falls has been missing out on a good amount of the rain, though we still could see some scattered showers move on up. What we won't miss out on, basically, regardless of where you are, it's going to be cloud cover. Meanwhile, I mentioned up toward Highway 212, Watertown over to Redfield, south and east of Mobridge. Yeah, we're getting in on some of that rain over there. Even Miller is starting to finally get a small break from this. Pierre has seen some rain. The Cheyenne River Valley up toward Eagle Butte, Faith, Rapid City. There is the rain out there, and we're going to be seeing those rounds continue to pinwheel through over the course of the day with low pressure centered down to our south. That's going to gradually track northeastward, so that's why we're saying we're not quite done with the rain yet. And again, it's not going to be raining all day. I do think we do get breaks now and again. Some breaks are going to be longer, however, than others. As we go through Futurecast, there goes low pressure. It's going to move on up to the north and east. We get in on a pretty nice day for Sunday, a milder day as well, ahead of a cold front that's going to move on through. This front is dry, though. It does kick back the temperature a little bit, though, for Veterans Day, at least closer to average for this time of year. From there, we go right back up into the 50s in many locations. And once we get into the 50s, we stay there. And keep in mind, average for this time of year is in the upper 40s. Overall, though, over the next week and a half, we are going to be looking at least one more chance for rain that comes around Wednesday. So nothing too substantial, but at least we're getting chances all the same. The bulk of the rain still, though, off to the east. Odds for above average temperatures will remain favored for a while. Also keep in mind, by mid-November, we're looking at average being in the mid to, at times, even low to mid 40s. So that chill that we get in November is going to stay largely absent. Highs today in the upper 40s to near 50 in many locations. That is average for this time of year. Overnight lows, though, with rain gradually tapering off in the 40s, either side of it at least, to the east. 30s, though, out to the west. Then for your day on Sunday, we are warmer. 50s East River. 60s, though, start to come into the west. As we go through your 7-day forecast, outside of Veterans Day and today, it's mild by November standards. We'll have those scattered showers today, another chance overnight Tuesday into Wednesday in Sioux Falls. Same goes for Aberdeen as well. 48 today, 47 for Veterans Day. The latter is partly cloudy. Then we have 50s coming back and sticking around. In Pierre, scattered showers through the day today. After that, you're mainly dry Sunday through Veterans Day and then into next week where we stay in the 50s to around 60. Last but not least, Rapid City, scattered showers today, dry Sunday through Veterans Day and through much of the next work and school week for that matter. So enjoy it if you have the chance to do so. Just plan for those showers today. Have a great day, everybody. For more on your local news, weather, and sports, you can always head on over to KELOLAND.com.